Welcome to Low Carb, Zero Sugar, Henry. One of the most popular baked goods are brownies. Now they are rich, chocolatey, and sinfully delicious. It's the gooey chocolate, you guys, right? But they are carb rich and sugar fabulous. Okay? So my low carb, zero sugar recipe will let you enjoy what you've been missing. Here's the recipe. To make these low carb, zero sugar fudgy brownies, you need 1 cup of almond flour, 2/3 cup of Dutch processed cocoa powder, 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of instant coffee, 1 cup of allulose sweetener, 1 cup of brown allulose sweetener, 1/2 cup of flavorless oil, 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 4 large whole eggs. The first thing recommended with baked goods is to sift your dry ingredients. So I'm going to first put in 2/3 cup of Dutch processed cocoa powder. Now it's got little clumps that need to be broken down and sifted, even though it's a brand new bag. Now 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. It's used as a leveler. 1 teaspoon of instant coffee. That's optional, but it brings out the chocolate, you guys. Now I'm using a spatula or a whisk to stir rapidly to sift all the ingredients. Now this is fresh Dutch processed cocoa powder, but it still binds in little pieces, so I'm breaking those up. Hands are also the best tool in the kitchen, so don't be afraid to ask your kids or your family to help out, especially if they plan to get any of these good brownies. Okay, this is complete. And now, getting a second bowl, we're going to start with the other ingredients. For the sweetener, I'm using Swerve Allulose Blend. Now this version is for both hot and cold recipes. It contains 0 sugar, measures the same as sugar, has 0 net carbs, and no artificial sweetener aftertaste. So we're putting in 1 cup of the Swerve sweetener. Now if you want your brownies to be rich and gooey, then you want brown sugar. Now I use the Swerve brown sweetener. It looks, tastes, measures, and has the same texture as brown sugar, but with 0 sugar and 0 net carbs. So we're putting in 1 cup of the Swerve brown sweetener. Now 1/2 cup of flavorless oil. Now I'm using grapeseed oil. 1 cup of unsalted butter melted. A fun fact for you guys, butter is 100% carb free. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Now 4 large whole eggs, a total of 2 grams of carbs. Using a wire whisk, fully mix your ingredients. Now we're adding the flour at the end, so you can mix till it's perfectly smooth. No worries for over mixing. Now combine your dry ingredients with the wet. Common with making brownies is the batter gets so thick, right? So finish it off with a wire whisk. Now it's time for the flour. Now this is 1 cup of almond flour, approximately 10 grams of total net carbs. Now for reference, you guys, 1 cup of all-purpose flour is approximately 80 grams of net carbs. So we're going to sift this onto our brownie batter. Now, just like all-purpose flour, you don't want to overmix. Simply fold in your almond flour in this fashion. And this is why it's added at the last minute. Now, if you're not familiar with folding technique, you're simply flipping what's on top into the batter until all the almond flour is mixed in. When you don't see any more flour, stop folding. Using a 9x9 aluminum pan, butter the entire interior and line it with parchment paper. This will help with releasing the brownies from the pan. Now you want to cut your parchment to include these flaps to assist with lifting the brownies. Now we're going to pour the brownie batter into the pan. You know, you guys, this looks so good, right? Now, raw eggs and all, I'm licking the bowl clean. Okay? No need to be perfect with this. Just make sure the batter is evenly laid out corner to corner. Okay, you guys, it's time to bake. Now I'm using my countertop oven and I'm baking at 350 degrees for 25 minutes. Now if you want them really fudgy, bake them for 20 minutes. And you want to test them with a toothpick towards the end of baking. Now if the toothpick is fudgy, they are ready. Now you guys, I'm using the Breville 3-in-1 Combi Wave oven. It's a full-fledged countertop oven, an air fryer, and a full-fledged microwave oven. Very handy. I've had this for a few years and I can't live without it. Excellent machine. I'll have a link below the video for you to check it out on Breville Direct. Alright, you guys, the brownies are done. Now, I highly recommend that you allow them to completely cool, especially if you prefer to underbake them to be more fudgy. Now, you can see how easy it is to remove the brownies by creating flaps with your parchment paper. Now, I wish I could stop shooting the video right now, because I can eat this whole brownie cake. Okay? It smells so good. This is a low-carb, zero-sugar Henry-sized piece. Okay? It's a corner piece. Rich and decadent. These are still warm. I just wanted you to see how fudgy the middle piece is before it fully cooled down. Brownies for breakfast or brownies for dinner with coffee? And how about some whipped topping? Now this is also zero carb and zero sugar made with heavy cream. Of course, brownies go great with a cold glass of milk, but we're keeping it low carb and zero sugar, so I have almond milk. And you can also do cashew milk. I think I'll grab this near guiltless snack. And I don't have to worry about the change in my blood sugar. Yummy! So good! I assure you, nobody would know this is low carb, zero sugar. No weird aftertaste. Your kids will love them. Just a disclaimer, you guys, this is not a snack for people with nut allergies, due to the almond flour. But this channel is about low carb, zero sugar recipes. Alright, you guys, thank you so much. Now stay tuned for more low carb, zero sugar recipes, and I'll be announcing the giveaway winners soon. See ya!